Thank you. Councilmember Bond, how would you like your vote reflected?
It'll be 5 yeas and 0 nays.
Thank you. That takes us to item number 12.
Item 12 is 24-0-1093, an ordinance by Councilmember Byron D. Amos to address the violations of stop work orders by imposing fines and demolition requirements within the city limits set by Official Code of Georgia Annotated 15784, to mandate the demolition of unauthorized work, to prohibit the issuance of permits for further construction, renovation, or alteration of the structure in question until it has been restored to its state as of the date of the stop work order was issued, and for other purposes.
Colleagues, the author has asked us to hold this item. I'll make a motion to hold. A second. Councilmember Dozier, can you please open the vote?
The vote is open. The vote is closed. It's 5 yeas and 0 nays.
Item number 13.
24-0-1096, an ordinance by Council members Dustin Hillis, Andrea L. Boone, and Matt Westmoreland authorizing the mayor or his designee on behalf of the city to accept grant funds from the Housing Authority of the City of Atlanta awarded from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development in an amount not to exceed $960,000.00 over the next 8 years for the purpose of co-administering the Bowen Choice Neighborhood Grant, to amend the FY 2024 intergovernmental grant budget by adding to anticipations and appropriations to the amount $960,000.00 to fund positions within the mayor's office to administer the Choice Neighborhood Grant and for other purposes.
We have Mr. Edwards here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I am David Edwards, Policy Advisor for Neighborhoods in the Mayor's Office. This legislation authorizes the city to accept these grant dollars to hire basically a project manager to manage the Bowen Homes Choice Neighborhood implementation effort.
Any questions or comments from my colleagues? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve. I have a second by Dozier. Can you please open the vote?
Vote is open. And the vote is closed. 5 yeas and 0 nays.
Thank you. This takes us to item number 14.
Item 14 is 24-0-1097, an ordinance by council members Dustin Hillis, Mary Norwood, and Matt Westmoreland authorizing the mayor or his designee on behalf of the City of Atlanta to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Trust for Public Land, Inc. for the purposes of designing, developing, and constructing improvements at Standing Peachtree Green Space at no cost to the city, authorizing the mayor to accept donated goods and services from TPL on behalf of the City of Atlanta, waiving Division 4, Section 2-1193 of the Procurement and Real Estate Code of the City of Atlanta, Code of Ordinances, and for other purposes.
Colleagues, this item needs to be amended to attach the MOU. I'll make a motion to amend. I have a second by Councilmember Dozier. Can you please open the vote?
Vote is open. And the vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you. Mr. Marcus Butts, how are you?
Chairman Winston, members of the committee, good afternoon. Marcus Butts, Department of Watershed Management, Office of Engineering Services. The matter before you is related to the memorandum of agreement between the Trust for Public Land, which would authorize them to design and construct a kayak launch on watershed management-owned property, which is located near the confluence of Peachtree Creek and the Chattahoochee River, known as Standing Peachtree. The improvements will include an ADA pathway leading to a dock, gangway, and ultimately a kayak launch. We are coordinating efforts with the Department of Parks and Recreation. Commissioner Cutler is here, as loyal as our partners at TPL, and the improvements are at no cost to the City of Atlanta.
Any questions or comments from my colleagues? Now, motion to approve by Councilmember Norwood. Got a second by Councilmember Dozier. Can you please open the vote?
The vote is open. And the vote is closed. 5 yeas and 0 nays.
Thank you. This takes us to item number 15.
24-0-1098, an ordinance by Councilmember Mary Norwood authorizing a donation in the amount not to exceed $47,000.00 from the District 8 discretionary fund account to Agape Tennis Academy and for other purposes. Mr. Chair, there is a substitute in your packet that will change the caption.
Motion to add this substitute.
Yes.
Councilmember Norwood. Can you please open the vote?
Vote is open. The vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. The new caption is going to read, an ordinance by Councilmember Mary Norwood as substituted by Community Development Human Services Committee authorizing a donation in an amount not to exceed $50,000.00 from the District 8 discretionary fund account to the Department of Parks and Recreation and for other purposes.
Thank you. Councilmember Norwood, would you like to? Got a motion to approve by Councilmember Norwood. Got a second by Councilmember Dozier. If you could please open the vote.
The vote is open. And the vote is closed. 5 yeas and 0 nays. That takes us to resolutions. Number 16, 24R3243, a resolution by Councilmember Jason H. Winston authorizing the mayor or his designee on behalf of the Department of Grants and Community Development to execute an assignment and assumption agreement transferring all rights, title, and interest from 949 to 953 Washington Street, LLC to Puffin Real Estate, LLC as it relates to the Housing Assistance Payments Contract and for other purposes.
Jackson.
Good afternoon, council members. My name is Kiva Jackson, Compliance Specialist with the Department of Grants and Community Development. I'm representing our department. The purpose of this resolution is to allow the transfer of Section 8 moderate rehabilitation housing assistance payments to the new owner for the remainder of the contract, which is April 1st, 2024 through May 31st, 2024.
Thank you. Any questions from my colleagues? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve. And second by Councilmember Norwood. Can you please open the vote?
The vote is open.
Thank you.
And the vote is closed. It's 5 yeas, 0 nays.
Takes us to item number 17.
24R3244, a resolution by Councilmember Jason H. Winston authorizing the City of Atlanta to donate a total amount not to exceed $250,000.00 to FCS Urban Ministries, Inc., DBA Focused Community Strategies, pursuant to Section 6-306 of the City of Atlanta's Charter to support community leadership in the Thomasville Heights neighborhood, authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into a donation agreement which shall detail the actions focused community strategies to provide support for community leadership in the Thomasville Heights neighborhood, to authorize the chief financial officer or his designee to make the donation authorized hereby from the accounts listed herein and for other purposes.
Thank you. Do we have Mr. Edwards? Are you speaking to this today?
Good afternoon again. I'm David Edwards, Policy Advisor for Neighborhoods in the Mayor's Office. This is a resolution authorizing the donation of $250,000 to Focus Community Strategies to support the implementation of the Thomasville Heights redevelopment plan that this body approved last fall. There are several large investments being made, and the idea is to make sure that the community has the capacity to effectively engage in that implementation.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve. Second by Dozier. Mr. Evans, can you please open the vote?
The vote is open. And the vote is closed. 5 yeas and 0 nays.
This takes us to item number 18.
That's 24R3245, a resolution by Councilmember Matt Westmoreland authorizing the mayor or his designee on behalf of the City of Atlanta to enter into an agreement listed here for pools and splash pads maintenance with Aquatic Management, Inc. on behalf of the Department of Parks and Recreation in an amount not to exceed $2,250,000.00 annually and for other purposes.
Colleagues, we're still waiting on the IPRO report for this, so I'll make a motion to hold. A second by Dozier. Can we please open the vote?
Vote is open. And the vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you. That takes us to item number 19.
Item 19 is 24R3246, a resolution by Councilmember Byron D. Amos to urge the mayor, Invest Atlanta, and the Atlanta Housing Authority, Atlanta Housing to refrain from providing public funds or tax abatements to recipients with unadjudicated criminal or civil cases against properties they own, extending retroactively to 2022 and further purposes.
Colleague, the author has asked us to hold this paper. I'll make a motion to hold. I have a second by Councilmember Norwood. Can you please open the vote?
The vote is open. And the vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you. That takes us to item number 20.
2024R3251, a resolution by Councilmember Mary Norwood to establish the Pump Station Arts Project Task Force with the mandate to design and oversee the execution of an arts project consisting of the planting of shrubs and trees, the installation of art created to seamlessly integrate into the existing landscape for 2 pump stations situated along the Northwest Beltline Connector Trail, and for other purposes.
And colleagues, I've given each of y'all a copy of the legislation. It's only 2 pages, but I think it'll be very important and helpful in my district. And this is the arts money that each of us has received from moving Atlanta forward. So I make a motion to approve and would appreciate your support.
Second. Mr. Evans, can you please open the vote?
The vote is open. Would all members please vote? Okay, the vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you.
Colleagues, that takes us to the end of our legislative items for today. So do we have any parting comments, words from any members today? Seeing none, appreciate all of you today. We stand adjourned.
Mr. Chair, would you